Now our program can begin.
Morning.
Right?
Yes. How many years ago that was? Pandemic? We had to the sun.
And dog cheated my dad as well.
Oh yes, you can tell me that. Yes.
Okay. Greetings, superheroes, and welcome. Thank you, Mrs. Donnelly, the educators and staff of Estcourt Secondary, my colleagues, and obviously Dr Sooliman for your presence here today. Today is a day of celebration. We celebrate not only Jumpstart, but the incredible club of Estcourt Secondary, who won Best Performing Club for 2025. We could not be prouder, and you were testament of what leadership is. You demonstrated resilience, problem-solving skills, and you just took the initiative and you were proactive in everything that you did. The clubs were only supposed to do 3 projects per year. You guys accomplished an incredible 14 projects. And each of those projects not only created impact, it was sustainable, and it definitely contributed towards social good. The reason why we didn't mention the trophy during the course of the year was very deliberate. We didn't want you to feel that when you accomplish something, there's a reward at the end of the day. We want you to grow up and lead with a mindset that to do good, to do social good, to serve humanity, to contribute to your communities and your school should be with purpose, with passion, and not expecting anything in return. And that is why we kept the best for last. It wasn't really a competition. It was all about performance, and you guys really showed up. So thank you all, and thank you Mrs. Donnelly and the educators for being the guiding light and supporting them. Because we found that with the leadership and the support of your principal and your teachers, it made a huge impact, and it helped us learn about your school, about your clubs. Our teams helped you deliver those projects, but I have to say you made us very proud. So well done, and thank you all. If we can just touch on some of the amazing projects that you've done so that our staff and Dr Sooliman can also know. You tiled 7 classrooms. You sought donation and sponsorship on your own, which was fantastic. You sent us the videos of going to your supplier and negotiating and getting those tiles onto the transport and back to your school. You sent us before and after pics. You did a food garden. You did recycling. You did kindness projects. You did elder care. You did feeding schemes. So you've touched on every aspect of the SDG goals in terms of development, in terms of sustainability, and in terms of impact. So well done. We are super proud, and we can't wait to see what you achieve in 2026. I'm going to hand over to Dr Sooliman for some words of inspiration to you guys. Thank you.
Thanks, Jamima. Thanks, Principal. Thank you, staff. And thank you, Linus. After all, we've been battling, people have been worried for the last several years, saying the country is in crisis. The country is in crisis if our youth are in crisis. Because you guys have the new generation. You guys are going to lead the country. And you guys have got the guys who can see what to fix, what's wrong. I spoke at a medical conference last year. It was an end-of-study conference. I mean, they're all very clever doctors today. When I finished off, one of the doctors got up and he asked me, if I'm the head of all the medical schools in South Africa, what will I teach? I said, of course, medicine. But besides that, I'll teach compassion. Our country, our people, our continent, and our world is in need of compassion. We have AI, we have all types of technology. We can send a man to the moon. We've got special planes. We've got all kinds of progress. We've got robotics. We've got machines that can make surgery. We can do medical stuff from a distance. You don't have to be in front of you. But what we don't have is humanity.
Yeah.
We've lost that completely.
Yeah.
And because of a lack of humanity and all the scientific progress, we're destroying the world. We're tearing each other apart. We don't understand race. We don't understand religion. We don't understand culture.
Yeah.
We don't understand humanity. But all the progress you made, you are a total disaster. So me, 7 A's don't matter. I'll be quite blunt about it. 7 A's don't matter to me at all. Because you can be a 7A and a 10A student, and you can be an absolute monster. And you can be an ordinary person with 4 T's, but you have love and compassion. A child once asked a wise man, can you tell me what career path I can follow? So the wise man gave a big smile and said, be human. There's lots of opportunity and very little competition.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a damning statement to make to say there's just 8.5 billion people in the world, and to say choose humanity, very little competition, lots of opportunity. It's a total disaster. I appreciate the fact that you guys did a feeding program, you did recycling, looking after the environment, you took that infrastructure and brought tires to the school, you benefit the other kids in the school. And of course, this is not possible. We don't select schools, no matter how poor or how rich the school is, if you don't have a good management system.
Yeah.
I wouldn't care who the hell you are, where you come from, you're dying, you're starving. If you don't have a good management system, I'm not supporting you. Because I have an owner, I have the responsibility to tell donors, I didn't take your money and put it down the hole. Principal, your management, you stood up that time, you stood up after the years, you stood up now. So staff and principals, it's a fantastic thing, and with the learners working together. You see, I work very closely with government. I work with hospitals, and I tell them straight, if you guys don't have a management system, I am not interested. I will not come in. And even government knows, if I want to get things done, they better not stand in my way. You know, they ask me, how can we help? I say, stay out of my way. and they say, yes, we stay out of my way, no problem. And it's changed from that, it's changed working together. We've had stories about why it's so important that you guys could have played an important role. 2011, in a place called Fardwal, kids like you, young kids, 4 of them, they were walking to look for their mother in the heat between Lichtenberg and Mafeking. And in the process, all 4 children died. The mother lost all 4 children in one day because of dehydration and starvation. They were hungry. We intervened in the village. We went inside. There were hundreds of people, men, women, children, all young, everybody hungry in these villages. We intervened in all those villages, the place called Fardwal. And those 4 kids who passed on, the school that they came from, we put up a feeding center, a super kitchen. Cost us 500,000 rand in 2011. That kitchen is running 14 years or later. It's still running. Sustainability is part of your program. Whatever you do, you've got to make sure it's sustainable. There's no point doing one-off stuff. We've drilled 550 boreholes in South Africa. We've got about 170, 180 in Malawi. I have a full-time team that all they do in Malawi is to go and check the boreholes are working. In South Africa, we get feedback. If the boreholes are not working, we go and check why it's not working. Because the donors invested money. Right 2 weeks ago in Makanda, there was a crisis. Both dams shut down. And I asked, use our balls, and they said it's not working. And I said, why? They said electrical infrastructure is broken. It's somebody vandalized it. I called in the election that night to sort out that borehole. The other 3 boreholes have been drilled near the dam to make it functional. This is not a business. You're dealing with people's lives. There's hungry children, thirsty children. When my teams go out anywhere in the world, and they ask us like, what must we do? Because I don't lead the teams anymore. I used to lead every single team before, but I'm not young anymore. And age is not a problem for me to do this, but I'm not going to favor, right?
Yeah.
So, because if I drop this suddenly, then what happens? So I need the young generation after me to know what to do without me. And they asked me what must we do? I gave them one line. I said, if it's your child on the other side, what will you do?
Yes.
Put the phone down, other questions asked. They knew exactly what to do. That's the policy we must have. In your case, it may be your grandmother. It may be some neighbor's sick child. It may be somebody else from the community. An old man on a walking stick. What would you do for him? And you can understand and explain what you do for that man. You will know what to do for everybody in your school, in your community, in your surroundings. And more important than actually you doing this stuff in your school, is you're setting a model and an example for other kids to follow. You see, at the same time, the other principal is going to say, oh, this principal did it, I need this in my school. These teachers stood with the kids. So if the principal and the teachers can stand with you with a Jumpstart program, then they can stand with you with compassion, right loving, we call it right loving, my time, I don't know what they call it now. Or what do you call that? Life science, not life sciences. That life orientation, yeah, life orientation, that kind of stuff. They'll teach, stand with you with extra time. The other thing you can do is help a kid that's not doing so well in maths, or science, or language, or Zulu, or English. You know, all those things have value. You don't have value just by giving money, because God has given everybody a different type of skill. We have a teaching that if you wipe the tear of a grieving child, that's a blessing. You caress the head of an orphan, that's a blessing. You remove a banana peel or a stone from the road so an old man doesn't slip and break his hip and fall down, that's a blessing. You can't quantify those kind of things, but you just do it. And you do it unconditionally. That's why she said there's no trophy. Yes, there's no trophy. It's not about a trophy. It's about doing things unconditionally. Because like people say, I ask God, you know what, I'll do this, give me something back. It's not a bargain. You do it not for a bargain. You do it because it's right. You know, you don't worry, okay, God, I'm going to do this now. The teaching says, I give you 1, you give me 10 back. That system I don't agree with. You do it because it's the right thing you do, and you want somebody else to do that for you. So, when you guys have set the start as example, did so many projects, it's going to be broadcast on social media. You're going to motivate other kids. And you see, I have a simple policy. Guys, hey, how are we going to change the country? So difficult, so many things to fix. I have a simple policy, it's called 1%. I only want to see 1% progress. If all of you make 1% progress, and 65 million South Africans makes 1% progress, that's 65 million percent, you know? And it doesn't require big things to be done. Clean the school, make sure there's no dirt in the school, keep your fence clean, make sure the bullies don't trouble the kids. And that too, bullies and kids taking drugs, they come from backgrounds that we don't understand, and all this requires is love. Not fighting with the people, not hitting them, not attacking them. They need to be spoken to gently, because a lot of these kids have never had love in their life. They don't understand what love is. And a lot of these kids turn around and they become models for other kids to follow. So in every way that you do, ethics, values, morality, you know, goodness, kindness, compassion, caring, love, affection, these are what you guys got to do. That's far more important than any academic achievement. Of course, when academic achievement comes to that, great. You know, you're a role model academically and in a human way. And humanity is far more important than academic achievement. So my congratulations to you guys, to your families, to the principal, to the teachers, to the management, and everybody else that interacted with you, and all the companies that worked with you. You can strive for higher goals, but remember one important thing. Don't be unrealistic in the goals that you choose. Because when you can't reach what you want to reach, you're suddenly going to find you're going to fall down. It's going to demoralize you. If you're at 30% in English, don't say tomorrow I'm getting 80%. Don't do that. Say tomorrow I'm getting 35%. Next week I'm getting 40%. 5 months down the line I'm getting 55%. It's not impossible. It can be done. But the moment you say I'm 30%, I'm getting 80% next week, and you get 34%, you are broken. Reality is critical in what we do. Let me give you the final example. You see, when I go to a disaster zone and there's an earthquake and everything in front of you is totally damaged, now we say, are we going to do this, that? No. I choose one street only. Only one street. I'm quite cold about it and quite blunt about it. My job is to save everybody in this street. What happens on the right and what happens on the left, I really don't care, to be honest. Somebody else will come and do that, because if I'm going to try to do center, left, right, outside that, I'm going to have nobody. So when we go, we take one street only and we work on that. And we went to a place called Niger. It wasn't an earthquake, it was famine. Kids were dying of hunger. We saved every single child that came there, you know, because we focus on a particular area. Every single child in that area. Had we tried to be in 5 different areas, we probably had saved nobody. So we try to do as best we can. Religious system tells us God takes care of everything. It is his problem, not my problem, to be honest. I do what I can in my area, and my teams do what they can in the area. If there's time, if there's resources, we go to area 2. You guys do the same. In your own work, in your family, in the type of projects you want to do, how much you want to develop, and how much you can help others. Take care of yourself. If you yourself are not stable enough, you can't help anybody. Remember that. Your own health, your own state of mind, your own spirituality, your own achievement is far more important than what you do for others. The stronger you are, the stronger you can give back. And remember, the new leaders of this country may come from you guys. All the problems you're seeing, corruption, dishonesty, lies, we don't want it in your system. We want it out, right? Because you guys can set the standard, see what's wrong, try to fix it, start motivating youth. And the other thing, please don't say it's no point voting in elections. Make sure you guys bloody vote, okay? Go and get registered, find the right guys, choose the right people, put the right guys in the municipal elections, start making a difference. You guys can choose a student leader. Somebody's of the age to stand as a candidate. Find the right guys. We need the right people with the right ethics, with the right values to change and bring the good in the country. Look, there's not the age problems in the country, but everybody's not bad. There's a lot of good people, they just need to be pushed. And don't let people bluff you and say government's corrupt. Government is not corrupt. There's corrupt people in government. There's corrupt people in the corporate sector, in the religious sector, in the education sector, in the health sector, in the sports sector. We have corrupt people, not the system. So push and believe that we can fix this country. And the last point is, don't ever forget where you came from. Don't forget who nurtured you. Your grandparents have made a hell of a sacrifice. Your parents and the families, they've done a lot for you to be where you are. They will never tell you that. You won't see it, you won't see the suffering. I deal with old people all the time. I work with them. I'm a doctor. I don't practice medicine anymore, but I was in hospital. I'm in private practice. I'm in the community. We go into areas. We see the love old people have for their grandchildren and their children. And we see what sacrifices they make, and they don't broadcast it. They can't. If you want to be a real great soldier, when you qualify, whatever you qualify, November, don't get your medical degree, and December buy your BMW. No. Remember, your parents come first, your grandparents come back. BMW will come, don't worry. It's not urgent at that point. It's important to uplift your parents and your family, because when their prayer comes, you'll have 5 BMWs, don't worry. You know what? Because that prayer is worth all the material things in the world. It's not important. You can still get a Suzuki at one point to another point, to be honest, right? I'm not depriving you of buying what you want. Spend, make money, earn well, but always remember to share from those that made you, put you where you are today. Because tomorrow, everybody wants an opportunity. And if you can help somebody with an opportunity, all great people who died for lots of money have said, we've chased the wrong thing. If only we had chased looking after humanity. We have one teaching, and I'm finishing off here. What you don't spend is not yours. So you can all make $1 million each, but if you only spend 100 million, that 900 million is not yours. So in developing what you're developing, always take the blessings of those around you, because that is priceless. When my teams go to a disaster, they don't say we give, they say we receive. When we receive that love, those words, and those prayers, and what you feel in your soul, it's totally priceless. I can't explain it to you. You've got to experience it to yourself, which you guys have probably done it with these projects. For the hunger and what else you've done that help people and old people, what you've done, their blessing and their softness in their face and their look in their eyes, nobody can buy that. So my congratulations once again. You've done very well. The educators judged which school was the best. Principal, thank you very much. Teachers, thank you very much. Learners, great stuff. Pass it on to your kids, to other learners, and make it stronger for yourselves. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Sooliman. We just got time. Do you want to say a few words? We just let you the program a little bit. You would you like to organize it? Just say something. Yes, yes. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. Dr. Sooliman, I'm sure you remember me as Jordan from Woodlands. I was so grateful when you came in and you rebuilt our school when we had the fire in our matric block, and I also introduced you on the program at the NAPTOSA conference. I think it was last year or the year before. 2 years ago.
The one in the race course?
Yes, at the race course, yeah. So, you know, whenever I hear you speak, I always think to myself, there is such a line of similarity with the values that Give to the Givers speaks as to what we try to instill in our learners. As a school, if you look at our badges, we say determined to progress. And if you look at the vision of our school, which was drafted by us in 1992 when we started, your organization is 33 years old and so is mine. And so that's another one of the similarities I also looked at. And when you look at the vision of our school, it's about good citizenship. The mission and the vision of our school is about creating leaders who are of sound character. It's about honoring and giving reverence to God, and it's also about creating leadership that is true to humanity, as you say. I think it's that drives us as a school. But there was a word you used earlier, which was sustainability. That's been our goal since I became principal in 2018, is to create a school so sustainable that when I leave and our succession planning takes over, the school would be able to run itself. And I think when we try to think beyond our immediate concerns within the school, we look at the boreholes, and I think that is such a wonderful initiative. Having one in my school as well, we see how it has assisted us in having school every day without a shortage of water, but more importantly, it has taken the yoke of that payment off of our necks. And the next thing that we're going to explore is solar. We've put an electric fence. And so sustainability is something, and protection, and now with the garden as well, is something that we are trying to aim towards. I was reading your wall there, you say we're respectful, responsive, reliable, and resourceful. And that very first word at our school, we always say respect. Respect begets respect. And doesn't matter who you are, doesn't matter where you come from, we are determined as a school to always give respect first. And I just want to thank Shamima and you, Doc, and Javed, especially on the day-to-day basis, for the support that you guys give to us all the time. I know sometimes he thinks that I have very big ideas, but somehow I try to make them come true. I have a fantastic management team, and you spoke about leadership. I'm alone here today because they're all out doing matric marking. They've all been appointed, 10 of them, deputy chief markers, senior markers, and it just shows you the talent within the school. The earlier conversation I had with Shamima, I told her how I delivered a baby in my office a month ago. And so this is something that maybe our team needs to look at. We need to look at teen pregnancy. We need to look at the impact that it has on young girls and boys within the school and within neighboring schools. And I think that's something that I would like to see them look into. It's critical that we as a school and as young people play a role in the decision making within our country. Our chairperson of the governing body, Mr. Ndlovu, has joined us. We have a young chairperson, and that has been a wonderful thing to have. Somebody that works with you and has those same ideas that just gel with yours, and you can work so well with. So I just want to say on behalf of Estcourt Secondary School, thank you thank you for trusting us. Thank you for inviting us to join the program. And we know, we promise that whatever is given to us, we always give it back 100 times. Whatever you give to us, we improve it in abundance. So thank you so much for affording us this opportunity.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Well done, After the moment, we're going to do the trophy handover. Guys, are you ready for the moment? We need some excitement. You're too quiet. Guys,